Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and thank you guys for watching, all the likes, the subscribes, and the bantering that's happened in between. And I'm going back over some of the modifications I did to one of my M70 AB2 contractor rifles. First off, I'm going to show you that one has been unharmed, and no actual M70 AB2s have been harmed in the filming of this video. This is the second one that I picked up, and it did not come from Ames, Buds, or Atlantic. It came basically directly from the distributor. I have put the surplus Yugo sling on and the surplus wood to make her look beautiful, and Cosmoline in the morning, and wait. There's also still hints of sweat, shame, and fear, and all of this shame and fear at this point come from me, because this is what I did to my second one. We're going to start from the top to the bottom, and you're going to notice she looks a little bit different at this point. This is a JMac brake that I found in the parts bin. I had already previously added the Midwest Industries light mount, which I need to move because it's stupid having it down here because it casts massive shadows. The second thing that you will notice, if maybe not the first thing, is it is no longer an older underfolder. And why did I do this? I own multiple underfolders, and I remember that Definitive Arms made an adapter for the back. So what I did here was I removed the underfolder stock, and if you've never removed one, it takes about 3 minutes and there's 3 pins. Reassembly takes about 30 minutes, and cuss words that have not even been entered into Urban Dictionary yet because you will get frustrated. But the modifications here are not permanent, which is what I really like. I added the Midwest Industries bar here, which I'm having a little bit of doubts on, and I'm going to get to that here in a second. So I'll bring it up to the camera to show you guys what it looks like a little bit more up close. Dun, dun, dun. Now that we have those beautiful sound effects. One of the things that I'm not liking about the Midwest bar here is they make these in two different configurations. They make these in a 3.75 and a 4.75, and it must have been a guy that packaged this because we're horrible at judging length, and this is not 4.75 inches long. This is definitely the 3-inch long one or the 3.75-inch long one. So I'm gonna have to contact them to see if they'll send me another one. I got on their website this morning, and it looks like the 4.75 ones are out of stock. So I don't know if I'm going to get the longer one. Hopefully there'll be some comments on this because I thought it was funny. And I just kind of made it up as I was doing the video. Anyway, this is very, very small to be able to get a good weld onto your shoulder. However, if you had this on like a PCC or a 5.56, I really don't think it would be a big deal. And I'm going to shoot it later today, and it may not even be a big deal the way that it is. But I'm going to shoulder it and put the mic down for a minute to show you guys. Due to the fact I'm using one hand on this, I'm just making sure that all the selectors are up in the safe position and making sure my finger stays off the trigger, because I cannot show you guys that these guns have been made safe because I'm using one hand. I guess I could put down the mic and show you guys, but I'm not going to. So the bar there, as you can tell, and I don't know if I showed in the video, it's very rounded and it's pretty wide. It gives a really good cheek weld and will allow me to put an Ultimac or something on this to be able to put an optic on it. I only have like one other modernized AKM, and it is a 107 FR that I have a TDI and an Ultimac and an EOTech on. And I love shooting that firearm, but I wanted to do something different with this gun because I have a lot of underfolders and I didn't just want one of these to sit around. So I wanted to make it usable and also something that I would take to the range frequently. Now, the fun thing about this is, again, it's not any permanent modification. The grip tape on it is goon tape. There are other cheaper tapes that you can buy, but they do leave a lot of adhesive and stickiness to them, whereas the goon tape I found has been my favorite adhesive tape to use. But again, there are other ones you can use. It doesn't really matter. It's your choice. Anyway, in this configuration, I'm looking forward to shooting it today and seeing if I like it. But if I don't like it, all I have to do is pull back off that adapter, and I can put the underfolder back on and just have another underfolder. However, the main point is the AKMs are customizable, and the reason I wanted to make this video is to show you guys I have regained such an interest and passion for the AKM that I almost forgot that I had. I have started deep diving and going down rabbit holes and finding all this various information about like these M70s and the Yugos. Even went back to the unholy place of Reddit to get on the Spec Ops archives to see Yugoslavian soldiers and the configurations they were using their Yugos in, just for the hell of it, because it was fun. And then I need to transgress to the point of it's 2024 and there is no level of accountability. And I did something and it is your fault for the engagement I've got on YouTube. I made a choice that is not my fault and it's your fault because, again, there's no accountability in 2024. I only own one American AKM variant, and it's an AKV9 that's SBR, which is still running wonderfully for the cat that asked. This is a Riley Defense Kronk. These were on sale at Carolina Shooter Supply, and if I remember right, there was a couple different variations, and these were considered blems. And what they did is, first off, they tell you, look, we're going to show you pictures of the gun before we send it to you to make sure that you want it, which I thought was pretty cool. Secondly, what they did is then, they shipped the gun out. But there was a couple different variations. I went with the modular rear trunnion, the MRT model, because they were cheaper for one, and I didn't really want to sink a lot of money into the Riley Defense Krink, mainly because I talked to Clayco47, multiple other cats that have owned them, and most people have had extraordinarily good experiences with them, and I wanted something in 7.62x39, not 5.56, and it just happened to pop up at the right time because I, have got so much more interest and just became re-enthralled with the AKM variants as of late. And I had posted a bunch of gear on random websites for sale. Like I had an additional Pattern 83 chest rig and a battle jacket. I had some old gen Blackhawk gear and a couple random ass optics. And the battle jacket, one of the battle jackets sold, and one of the old gen Blackhawk pieces of gear sold. And so I basically spent $150 on the Krink. I did already have not the Carolina. I had the CNC Warrior MRT component to put on here for the pick rail, and I already had the CNC Warrior brace that I borrowed off my Draco temporarily. So I didn't really have to spend anything except the $800, which I'm going to consider it more or less a trade with $150 out of pocket to make it even, because that justifies the purchase and doesn't make me feel bad for spending more money lately. Because if it wasn't for you guys, I was going to take that money and buy a Makasi, but since you guys have got me reinterested in the AKMs, it's not my fault and I'm not responsible for my own actions because it's 2024 and that's how we do things these days. So this is your fault that I own an American-made Krink-off. And yeah, I did own a PSA Krink. It was an experimental phase and I loved it. I actually had two at one point. One I shot the shit out of and honed the chamber to even run with steel cases. Moderately successful on that one, and the other one sat brand new and I traded it back for my FAL paratrooper. But nonetheless, this is your fault, and I hope you're happy with yourselves. I can't wait to get to the range today and try this one out and also try the configuration of the M70 AB2. But in all sincerity, thank you guys for the engagements, the witty, the banter, the support. Getting up to 600 subscribers quickly, to me, is a huge deal. It may not be to some people, but I absolutely think it is awesome. So thanks, everyone, sincerely. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Get out, enjoy your gear, hit up Goodwill, find you a tennis bag to throw your AKM in, and have fun with your stuff. I'm trying not to cuss as much on camera because I told a gentleman that I wouldn't, and I'm going to try to keep my word on that. But if there's the occasional cuss word and it offends you, I kind of apologize, but at the same time, it's who I am as a person. All right, I guess I could try to be better, but probably not. Anyway, have a great weekend.